Hello folks, well I was just thought, what happens if you're out and about, as you do, and you lose a tent peg? Sorry about the lighting's not too good on this one, but anyway, supposing you've lost your tent peg. If you found a little bit of wood, now it was taking a little while to whittle that bit round, but you can see where I've sort of whittled round with the knife, and I've kind of, what I did is I just went round like that. I don't know if you can see that. I just sort of kind of went round like that, and once I'd got round, a bit like a beaver would eat, it would sort of kind of go round the edge, and then I went round, turned it round the other way. I don't know if you can see that. And then I whittled round from the opposite side round that side, and then it got to a point where I could just break it off. And so then you've got your bit on you that you can sort of hook over, you know, hook your piece of cord onto, and then all I was doing was just with the knife just trimming the end off. Now, so I get a reasonably decent point on there. And it takes a little while to do, which is why I thought I wouldn't bore you with 10 minutes of whittling wood, but because people say, well, what do you need something like that for? This, what I'm actually using here, just to sort of show people that you don't need anything too special. That is I've reviewed it earlier. It was it's a folding knife, fork and spoon set, and I'm just using the pen knife bit on the end, and so I've whittled that down, as I say, like that, just to get a reasonable point on there. And then you could ram that down into the ground. Sorry, I'm not lined up very well, but you ram that down into the ground, yeah, and up your piece of cord over the over that end. So, and all I did is I just trimmed off the bits there with the knife, because there was bits of thing, and this bit I'd actually cut off from something else. So I'd had a bit of a, but you know, you could just pick up a rough old bit of wood. As I say, if it's got a fork in it, that's very handy. And so then you end up with something that's pretty much similar, or near enough as makes no difference, that you can hook your bit of rope to keep your tent up. And it's something that's worth doing, you know, if you're at home, just so you know how to do it, because there's nothing worse than you're going to put your tent up, you've lost one of your tent pegs, and you go, oh no. And if you've already made a tent peg and you've used your knife and you know how to do it, and obviously you don't want to cut yourself, but if you cut yourself when you were testing it, doing it at home, it's not so bad as if it's piddling down with rain, you're trying to get your tent up, you've got the one bit of rope that you can't put up because you haven't got a tent peg, and you've just cut yourself. So if you know how to do it, and you know what sort of piece of wood to look for before you go camping, hopefully you won't ever lose your tent pegs. But you never know, might be something else you might need to make a shelter, and you might need a bit of wood that you can put in the ground and hold another piece of wood in place, if that makes sense. So that's just a bit of whittling with a knife, but make sure the blade's nice and sharp, because if your blade isn't sharp, you won't get very far, folks, and you could hurt yourself if you get it. Be very, very careful, obviously, as I say, if that blade is not sharp, then what will happen is it won't cut the wood, it'll probably slip and cut you. So, but as I say, just an idea, just a thought. You know, as I say, if you're stuck, you think, oh crikey, need a temp peg. I did actually start to whittle a bit round the top there to take the top bit off so it's the same length, but I thought, oh well, it wouldn't really matter. But you see, and as I say, to cut this bit off, I went round it, whittling it from one side, and as I say, then on the other side when it was joined together, I went round and whittled it on the other side and then broke it and just trimmed it off. So, hope that's useful. Cheers for now.